So today we are making a video on DEKUVE Linux. So here is the boot menu. So let me quickly boot it in a live boot. And I'm running it on a virtual machine, which is a VMware with a 60 GB of hard disk, 8 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 1240p. So the booting process will take like 2 or 3 minutes in my laptop. So that's the usual time to boot up to the desktop layout. So let's wait and see the desktop layout. So here is our Linux distro, which is DEKUVE desktop layout. So I'm going to change the display resolution. So let's open the settings and find the display settings, and I'm going to show you the system monitor. So it kind of looks like a macOS, not completely, but a bit of things are similar. Keep this configuration, and it looks good in the appearance wise. It's pretty much good. So let me open the system monitor and see how much of our resources is consuming. So we need to find the system monitor. So I don't see anything in the system here, and I don't think there is a task manager or a system monitor here. So we need to open the something else like about Xfce. So you should be seeing this much of information from the about the Xfce. So operating system is DEKUVE, and it's based on Debian. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I'm going to say it as a DEKUVE 2.0, and it's called as colors. I'm going to show you the downloading process and the official website and all those things. So GTK version is a 3.24.38. Kernel version you get a 6.1.0-23. So the latest kernel version released is 6.10. So I'm going to close it. Let's try to find the applications here. So these are all the pre-installed applications you get from this Linux distro. You get all these applications. So we have a system monitor, which is a Stacer. So I'm going to open and show you how much of a resource it's consuming. So I didn't open any of the applications other than the display settings. So we should be seeing around 1.1 GB of RAM consuming. CPU is pretty much 54%. So it's consuming a lot of resource in the CPU. So I'm using a 12th gen i5 1240p CPU, and my RAM is almost 8 GB and it's almost consuming 1.1 GB. And I'm running it on a RAM, which is a virtual machine or a live boot. So here you can see the hardware specs or the consuming of resources. So here are the startup apps, system cleaner. So here are the services. Let me scroll it down, and here are the process running. So these are all the process running in the beginning as you boot the Linux distro. So uninstaller. So I already made a video on this Linux distro. You can watch it in my channel, so which was like 2 months or 1.5 months back. So if you want, you can watch that. So there are a lot of videos of this Linux distro in my channel. So here are some of the information if you want. I'm going to keep the CPU, RAM, and all those things in the right side corner, so you can see all the changes throughout the video. So there is an installer here, so you don't need to worry about the installation. So I'm going to keep the system monitor or the Stacer right here. Let's try to make it smaller so you can see properly. So I'm going to open the internet browser. So there is no browser here. You can go with the web apps. Let's check whether there is any applications. So I don't want to install anything. I just want to show the default things. So that's the reason I'm going to try to make everything which is available in the Linux distro. So there is no browser. Let me try it. Browser. So there is no browser here. So you need to install everything on your own. Let me close it. Let's open the terminal emulator to run some commands. So here is our terminal. You can choose the Xfce terminal also. So for the appearance side, it's pretty much fantastic work done. As you can see, the wallpaper, the dock and everything, the panels and all those things are pretty much good. So it's pretty this is the latest version of the DEKUVE Linux. So it's called as a Colors 2.0, which is available in the official website. So let me type in some commands like the neofetch. So command not found, inxi. So here is my CPU, kernel, storage, process running and other information. Let me type in another command, inxi-b. So host, it says as a Debian, and the distro is DEKUVE 2.0 bookworm. It's called as Colors 2.0 in the official website. So the desktop environment, you get a 4.18.1, and it says machine as a virtual machine, which is a VMware, which I already mentioned. Here is my CPU information. Here is the graphics and some display and all the other information. So here is the network information, the drives and other info. Let me type in another command, inxi-F. So uptime is almost 7 minutes. So I've been using this Linux distro almost 7 minutes. So in it will also consider the booting process. So it will be like a 2 minutes or 3 minutes for the booting process. So here is other information like a system, CPU, graphics, audio, network, drives, partition. This is a short information, but I'm going to type in some other commands, so you should be getting all the distro information. Let me type in inxi-G. Hit enter. So here is other information. Let me type in cat /etc/issue. Hit enter. So here is our Linux distro, which is DEKUVE. Let me type in another command, inxi-SV8. So you should be getting complete distro information like a vulnerabilities, a repos and all the other information. So you can just pause the video or you can change the playback speed to see everything in a slow-mo. I'm not going to read everything because it's going to make a video lengthy. So you should be seeing all the audio information and the available resolutions for the monitor and other information also. So it's complete information available right in front of you. So just by typing the inxi-SV8, you should be getting all the information from here. So let's try the htop. So command not found. Let me close the terminal. So let's try to find something else in the applications. So don't get a bunch of bloatware applications here. You just get the applications from the DEKUVE Linux distro and some other from the Xfce desktop environment also. I'm trying to find the software manager. So let me open the software. Let it open. So I'm going to show you the some features on the desktop. So date and time. Here is the language. Here are the logouts, login and all the power options. Not this power options, which is computer power options. These are all the shutdown, logout, all those information. So here is the power management. You can customize according to your needs. So the system, display, security and device. The animation is pretty much smooth, as you can see. When I hover over the things, it will be like a bit of a jelly thing. So that's pretty good work. So let it load. So let's see, this is a Stacer application. Here is the internet connection. So they have like a round or the round corners for the settings. So that's pretty good work. So here is the notification settings. Again, you get all the Xfce desktop environment things. So there is nothing changed there, but the animation looks pretty good. And also the icons are pretty much well designed. So that's a good work. I don't know how it performs on the when you install it on the bare metal, but just the Ubuntu is also performing pretty much good, and CPU is a bit of off because of the applications running in the background. So we need to understand that. So panel preference, customize according to your wish. So there is nothing to show here because it's a Xfce desktop environment. You already know how to customize all those things. I'm going to close the panel preference. So here is the weather. So here are some details. In the dock you get the file manager. So it's properly not showing the names, it's going under the monitor. So the applications you get here are like this. So here is the settings, I guess. So here is the DEKUVE Greeter Settings. Let me see what it is. It is also the theme settings. So still the software is loading in the background, so we need to wait, I guess. So here is our desktop. Let's see whether the desktop at least opens. So there are some wallpapers available from the DEKUVE Linux. In the Linux distro there are plenty of wallpapers available. So most of them were added from the Linux distro. So Xfce has just a few basic wallpapers, but in this case Xfce wallpapers are not available, but you get the background from the DEKUVE Linux distro, so that's a pretty good work. So you get all the some rainbow colors, so I don't know why they added, so it's okay. Let's choose the nature colors. So that's a pretty colorful. So it looks like a HD wallpaper. It's not a 4K wallpaper, but it's a HD wallpaper. You get a HD wallpaper, so that's a good work. Menu icons, again these are all the same things. So these are all the backgrounds you get, as you can see. So they added some funny wallpapers also, which is a goat. I think they added 2 animals also. So these are all the wallpapers you get. I'm going to go to all settings. So mouse and touchpad, you should be getting same things. The animation or the loading of the mouse thing is also pretty good. Here is the behavior theme. So DEKUVE dark, it's going to change. Advaita. So this is the default. I'm going to choose the mouse cursor from the DEKUVE Linux. So that's pretty good. Devices. So let me click on all settings. So here is the DEKUVE Greeter Settings. It loaded right now. So they have added some videos here. I'm not going to play anything because I don't want to. So let me close it. So the application or the software manager is still trying to open. I don't know why it's taking a lot of time here. So let's wait and see. Instead of that, let's open some control center. I already showed you the power management or the power manager. Here is the volume controller. It's a pulse audio, so let me close it. What else we left here is a session startup, so you can customize according to your wish. You can add or remove or edit anything you want. Here is the current session. Here is the advanced. Let's get back to the all settings. Here is the appearance. Let's see the themes. So they added like a few themes here. So this one is the dark. Let's wait. So everything will be dark here. So the applications open. Let's see updates. So they installed. So the software manager or the app store, it's taking a bit of time here. The version you get is a 43.5. I think the latest version should be 46 or something like that, but you should be getting the older version. So these are all the installed applications. Can we do any update preference? Let's see. So there is nothing here. Let's explore. Let's try to find some browser. Let's search for the Firefox. Let's try to install from here. So flat hub, let's try to install. So here is some information, show more, show less. Let's scroll it down. So this is the latest version of the Firefox web browser. So usually they should be adding the at least a browser, but you don't get anything in the Linux distro. So here is the dark URL, DEKUVE Linux. So dark oinks. So I'm going to show all those things. So let's see. So the next theme. So you get some orange type thing. Here is the original, which is sky blue or the blue color. Laurel, linen. So the peach, the plum, and you get these themes from the DEKUVE Linux distro. So I'm going to keep the linen. Let's see the linen. Dark original. Laurel. So I'm going to keep the dark original. And icons. Here are the dark one. The fonts. These are the fonts. Here are the settings. So you can change the window scaling to 2x. I'm not going to, because it's going to make everything bolder. All settings. I think we covered everything here. Let's check the tweaks from the window manager. So again, this is the Xfce desktop environment, so you should be getting same things here. Let's get back to the all settings. Let's open the window manager. So here are the themes, keyboard, focus, advanced, and all settings again. I don't think there is nothing left here. Let's see the DEKUVE theme settings. I think I opened already. So here is the Bluetooth adapters. It's going to take a time here. So shall Bluetooth get enabled automatically? Let me keep it like a no. So the CPUs are almost 100%. Here is our RAM. Let's keep it like this so you can see properly. So it's 1.2 GB of RAM. It's 1.7 GB of RAM, and disk is almost 1.2 GB. CPU is 100%. So it's still running in the background. So here is the theme, selected theme, DEKUVE, apply theme. So we need to wait, and theme will be applied. So as you can see, let me close this because we've opened everything in the control center. Let's see the browser. So it's taking a bit of time here. Instead of waiting for that, let me check other things. So let's open the file manager and check the version. So the icons also looks pretty much good. Let's check the about. So you get the Tuner 4.18.4 version. Here is our file system. You can customize according to your wish by going to view. You can choose this split view, locator settings, side panels. Again, these are all the same things, so I don't want to go through all those things and make video lengthy. I'm going to keep the compact view. So you can go to the files and view all the files if you want. And if you want, you can edit your preference here. Go to the preference, customize according to your wish. So here is the side pane, behavior, advanced, shortcuts. You can customize your shortcuts by providing the keyboard shortcuts. Close. So it's still taking a lot of time here. So I think let me open all the applications and see. So you don't get any bloatware applications or content creating applications. So that's a pretty good work. So you just get the basic Xfce desktop environment applications and just few customization applications from the DEKUVE. And you get the media player. It's like a basic user needs, a normal user needs like a VLC media player, a music player, and some things. That's it. So you don't get a LibreOffice and anything like that. So I'm going to show you the installation. Let's open the installer. Let's open the install DEKUVE. So the Firefox browser is taking a bit of time, so instead of waiting for that, let me open the installer. So you get the Immerse installer, so you don't need to worry about the installation, because the Linux distro, most of the Linux distro will be having the Immerse installer, and the installation steps will be also similar, so you don't need to worry about anything here. So I'm going to show you the version of the Immerse. You get the 3.2.61 for the DEKUVE 2.0. First you need to choose your language. There are plenty of languages available right in front of you. Click on next. You can choose the map, or you can choose the drop down menu for your location. You don't need to provide your actual location, you can provide anything you want. And the system locations, the system language will be set to American English, United States. You can change or you can keep it as the default. The numbers and date locales will be set to American English, United States. If you want to customize, you can customize, or else you can keep the default one. Click on next, and here you should be seeing the keyboard. Choose your keyboard. So it automatically chooses your keyboard. Mine is the keyboard which is a Dell, but it says something like a generic something always, but I'm going to choose my keyboard. Here I'm choosing the language, which is English United States. You should be seeing the variants of English United States here, and also the you can test your keyboard by typing here. I'm going to click on next. So here you need to choose your virtual disk or a hard disk or whatever the installation destination here. And the erase disk is basically, it's going to erase the complete disk, or it's going to erase everything which is available in that specific disk where you choose one. So it's going to erase the current operating system or the media files, whatever it's available in that specific hard disk or the disk, installation disk. It's going to erase everything, and it's going to install the DEKUVE Linux distro on that specific drive. And the manual partitioning is the option. You need to create a partition before choosing this option, and you can create a partition before the installation, and you can install the DEKUVE Linux distro in that specific partition. And also you should be getting the two options in the boot menu, in the dual boot menu option in the boot menu. So this is the option. So if you don't know how to install the Linux distro in that hard disk or a virtual disk or the disk drive or the installation folder, installation destination, you need to watch tutorials in the YouTube. There will be some videos, like a short videos, like 3 or 4 videos, and you should be good with the installation. So if you don't know the installation process, it's better to watch the YouTube. So I already made a lot of videos or a lot of tutorials in my channel, but I don't really remember in which video I made the installation in the virtual disk or a hard disk, because I almost cover like 3000 videos. It's pretty much very hard to point out in which Linux distro I installed the Linux distro on the hard disk or a virtual disk. And also my videos will be a bit lengthy, like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, because I'll be covering everything, not just the installation. So I'll be covering all the features and that specific Linux distro information and all those things. So that's the reason my videos will be also lengthy. So that's the reason I'm mentioning it's better to go and check other videos from the other channels, like 2 or 3 minutes videos will be good to understand. So just watch like 3 or 4 videos and you should be good with the installation in the Linux distros. So after choosing the option, whatever the option you choose, so always remember, if it's a new Linux distro in the market of Linux, you need to try it in the live boot or the virtual machine. It's a better option to go with it instead of installing directly on your main PC or work PC, because you already have the best operating system in your PC, but you're trying to test. But if you want to try it, the new Linux distros, you can try it in the virtual machines. But if you can't run it on the virtual machines, you can try it in the live boot. So that will be a good option to try the Linux distros. So after choosing the option, you should be getting the encrypt system. You can encrypt your system by providing the password, which should be same in both the boxes. So if you don't want, uncheck it, and let's go to the bootloader location, and you should be also seeing the current and afterwards what will happen to the installation. So here is the bootloader location. The default will be master boot record for the specific drive, and also the system partitions, and do not install a bootloader location. Do not install a bootloader. So when you watch tutorials, you can understand what it is. But if you are already a Linux user, you don't need to even watch the installation because you already know how to run the Linux distros. So after choosing all those things, click on next. You need to create a user account here, which is similar in every operating system. What is your name? I'm going to type in some random things. 9 to 5 Linux. What name do you want to use to log in? I'm going to choose the runboxing. And what is the name of this computer? I'm going to remove all those things and I'm going to keep it like this. Choose a password to keep your account safe. I'm choosing the simple password here, which is 123456. So if everything is good, you should be seeing a tick mark here. So if anything is wrong, you should be seeing some error sign or the cross sign. Let me show you like this. So you should be getting like this, which is wrong sign. So you need to properly type in something which is not correct here. So like this, everything is good and you should be seeing a tick mark here. So log in automatically without asking for the password. If you want, check it or uncheck it, it's clearly up to you. So after clicking on next, you should be seeing a summary of whatever you chose in the previous installation here. So if everything is good, the location, keyboard, partitions, and what will happen to the installation drive here. So if everything is going too good, or if you're satisfied, click on install. If anything is wrong, just go back and fix those things. So the installation process will take like a 20-25 minutes, depends on the ISO file and also depends on the PC. So if you have a high-end PC or a good PC, its installation will be very quick. It should be like a 5-10 minutes. And if you have like a low-end PC, it should be a bit more there. And also about the ISO files, if the ISO file is stable, you don't see any errors or anything. In a rare cases it will be, but most of the time the installation will be good. And if you downloaded the beta version or the unstable version or the development version, you should be having an error or a pop-ups like installation failed or something else like that. So these are all these rare cases. So it's depends on the Linux distro and also the ISO files. So I'm going to close the installation here because I don't want to install it. Let me try to close it. Because I don't want to install, I need to make another video, so that's the reason. So here is our browser open in the background. So the CPU and RAM went almost 900 MB. It went low, so that's a good sign. Disk is 2.1 GB, CPU is 16%. So I'm going to show you the official website and all those important information which is left. So let's check the version. So already mentioned, which is 128 while downloading. So you should be seeing the same version here, 128.0.3. So I'm going to close the application here. I'm going to type in about and support. When you click about support, you should be getting some browser information and also the distro information. For example, you should be seeing the user agent, operating system, OS theme, application battery, not the application battery, it's the application binary. You should be seeing the version, build ID and all the information. So the RAM, disk space, safe mode and all the information. I'm going to just scroll it down like that. Just you can just pause the video and read everything on your own because I don't want to make a video lengthy. So you get the window protocol, which is a X11, desktop environment, Xfce. So here are some other information also. So the display is 1920 into 1080 with a 60 Hz. So here is some of the information. I'm going to open the official website, or I'm going to search the official website with the search term DEKUVE. So you need to type in Linux So here is our first link. So here is my videos also. So let me open the official website. So you can search with DEKUVE Linux, or you can just copy this. You can't copy from the video, but you can type in this URL in the search bar. You can do that in your browser, and you can get the information from the official website, or else you can just pause the video and read everything from here. So here is some information about the DEKUVE Linux. So you can get all the information here. So I downloaded the DEKUVE 2.0 version, which is right now, and the next version will be coming soon, so we need to wait for it. As soon as the ISO file is released, you don't need to worry, I am going to make a video on it. So here are all the information. Here is the about project. You can go and get the information from here. So you can just scroll it down and get all the information here. You can go to the community. It is our forum. It's not my forum, it's their forum. So here is some of the information, support, troubleshooting, releases. You can get all the information from there. So you can scroll it and get. It looks as tough. There are no discussion here. So there is nothing here. So here are some social network or a social media. Let me go to the main. I'm going to show you the downloading process. Scroll it down, click on the download, and you should be getting the version DEKUVE 2.0, the next chapter in journey, the start of a new era of DEKUVE distribution. So read everything from here, or you can get from the official website. So web greeter, made a brand new web greeter that makes your login screen come alive. So I'm going to show you also the logout screen, and already I show the greeter settings, the beginning. So master your workflow with advanced tiling, you can do that, and also local send, mainline kernels, out of the box flatpak support that truly complete works. So collaboration, there are already wallpaper shown in the beginning of the video. So minimum system requirements, I need to show you this thing because most of the users need the minimum system requirements. 2-core 64-bit, 4 GB of system memory. I'm using a 8 GB and it's also running pretty much smooth. 25 GB of a free hard drive space, and I'm running it on the RAM, so you need to install on the hard disk. You need to get the 25 GB, and you need a internet connection. We already have that. Either a DVD drive or a USB port for the installer media. So here is the download. Let's wait until the download starts. So here is the download, DEKUVE 2.0. and the file size is around 3.7 GB. I'm using a VPN and I'm running it on the virtual machine, so it's pretty slow, but you should be good with your downloadings. So I'm going to close the browser because we pretty much covered everything. So I don't think there is nothing left in the distro right now because we pretty much covered everything. So let's see what else we left here. So I showed all the 2.0 version basic things. I don't think there is anything left here. So here is the logout. Before the logout, I'm going to show you the system resource again. Let's see how much of resource it's consuming. So CPU 13%, RAM went almost under 500 MB. That's pretty good. So disk 2.1 GB. Here is some of the information. And I think I need to end the video here. So there is nothing applications added. So you don't get any bloatware or anything like that. So you get the basic Linux distro. So let's let me quit it and let's check the logout screen. So my final thoughts are the Linux distro was working good. I didn't have any issues or bugs or anything like that. So we can do a test, but we don't have any applications to open. Like usually I do a stress test in my videos. In every video I will be making like opening a bunch of applications, like a bit of resource consuming applications. For example, like a Blender, GIMP, Krita, Kdenlive. So I open like a content creating applications or a bit of resource consuming applications to see whether we get any crashes or a pop-ups like a not responding or errors or bugs, anything like that. So basically that's the meaning of a stress test in my channel. So in this case we don't get any applications installed, pre-installed, so you get the basic less resource consuming applications. So that's the reason I'm not doing a test here, but it is working flawlessly. The appearance is good, the looks is good, and a bit of a jelly animation while hovering over the names or the settings is good. So I don't know how it performs when you install it on the hard disk, but if you want to try it, you can try it. It's clearly up to you. It's clearly up to you to judge whether to use it or not. I'm not going to say you need to use it or not, because my main objective is to show how the Linux distro works on my PC. So it's clearly up to you to decide whether to use it or not. But if you want to test it, or if you're a distro hopper, you can test it in the live boot or in the virtual machines. So it's clearly up to you to install it on your main PC or a work PC. So I'm not going to say anything. So here is the kernels, mainline kernels, about. So you can do whatever you want here. I'm going to exit. I'm going to show you the logout screen and end the video because I need to make another video also. Let's check the logout screen. The local send, which I already mentioned in the beginning. So I'm going to show that also. So let's scroll it down and find that thing, local send. So these are some useful applications. When you want to send something, you can send it from here. So let's check the version, device names, scrape, IP port, quick save off, settings, you can send. So I'm going to close it and show you the logout screen and end the video. Let's log out. Let's wait until the logout screen or the login screen shows up. So there was no password, it was automatically logged in. So it is taking a bit of time to show the login screen. So here is our login screen. I think the password should be LIVE. Here is our sessions. So the animation in the background is also pretty good. So for the look wise, it's pretty much good. And also it's based on Debian, and I already mentioned all the information in the beginning. So it's clearly up to you to use it or not. So I'm going to type in password. So I don't really remember, or I don't know the password. Let's try some random things. LIVE. So let me show you. So here it is. So the password is LIVE. So you also got the password for the live session. So when you install it, you should be getting some other username and password, because whatever you typed in the installation, you should be getting that. So I'm going to end the video here. I already showed everything. Thanks for watching. Peace out.